Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to talk about heat guns, painting, and refreshing an old bookcase. This bookcase was in the extra bedroom for many years. There was books on there, and my sister once said to me, "Why do we have this ugly piece of furniture up in the bedroom?" And I really didn't realize how ugly it really was. So I moved it down to the basement and I replaced it with another piece that I had fixed up and wanted to keep myself because I thought it was worth more than what anyone would want to pay for it. So then my mom said, "Hey, that little white bookcase in the basement, if you wanted to, I would have it in my closet." So I said, "Okay, great." So I thought I would use my handy dandy heat gun to remove the two layers of paint. So there's this glossy paint, I believe it's latex because it comes off really easily, even without a heat gun, on the shelves. And then there's a blue, and then there is a stain. And there's two different kinds of stains. There's ones that are see-through, transparent, or semi-transparent, and then there are the opaque ones. And for some reason, I don't like the opaque ones, the ones that you really can't see through. To me, it just looks like paint. So I noticed that the stain that was on this was that kind of stain, which is not my favorite. So here you can see that the speed is sped up. However, there's nothing clamping this bookcase down. So it moves a little bit. So you can see the lack of pressure that I'm using. Heat guns are so much better than stripper. And also you'll see that once I strip all of the paint, I reach down and I grab the pieces of paint that are on the ground and they're just crispy. There's none of that gook. There's none of that horribleness. And I believe it was this bookcase I went over a little bit too much and it became a little bit like, you could, not burnt, but it had a little bit like a nicely looking marshmallow if you're doing a campfire and you want to eat it. And so I just put the Zinsser bin over it. Great. So here it is. This is the paint. Look at how easy that is to clean up. I tell you people, only use stripper for detail work. You can use a heat gun for almost anything. It's so much better. So last week I posted a video of using the same paint for my stepdaughter's hutch and cabinets. So we had some left over and I asked her if I could use it on this, and she said, "Yeah, please have it." My father, I was very happy to find out, has all these little tiny mini scrapers, so it was really, really helpful. So I decided to try to use up the paint, so that's why I gave her a choice. She could either have it stained, either mahogany or walnut, or she could have it with this kind of gray, blue, green color. And so she said she wanted the gray, blue, green color. So here I am. You can see, although this is sped up, it's not difficult at all if you have time. So anyway, I spent a couple, maybe 2 days on this. The first day I sanded it all, and through doing the piece for my stepdaughter, I realized the one that she gave me also had a glossy latex on it. You must sand down the glossy latex if you're not going to remove it all the way, and then put something like Zinsser bin on it so that the paint will stick. What happened is that she had little tiny cubby holes and I couldn't get my hand in there to sand or anything. So when I painted and I touched it after it dried, a little bit of it came off and I was horrified. So then I put a polyurethane top coat on top, hoping that that would keep it protected. So this, of course, has a lot bigger holes. So I made sure I sanded every single piece of this down. And then you can see on the shelves, there are some parts that it's all the way down to the wood stain. And that was not even me using the heat gun in the beginning. It was just peeling off because it was latex and it was put over stain and somebody didn't sand it properly. So that was pretty easy to get off. So learning from my mistake, I sanded everything. I used Zinsser Bin, which I really do like. And I think it's so easy just to paint on. And I do have a paint sprayer, but I tell you, with little projects like this, it's just easier to do it by hand. I know there will be some brush marks. However, you know, if you have a problem with brush marks, I'm sorry, I have no problem with brush marks. Especially, I'm not selling this, it's for my mom's closet. So anyway, so make sure you do a really good job on putting the Zinsser Bin on it. And it's pretty funny. We were going through my dad's products, and this is, I think, about $24 or something like that. We found an old can that was like $9, and I was, yeah, prices are going up, people. Prices are going up. So basically, this video is me stripping the paint, sanding the paint, and putting more paint on. So it's pretty easy little job to do. The paint itself was $10 that my stepdaughter used on her. I used on her piece. I used on this piece, and I'm also doing a bottom part of a hutch, a buffet hutch thing, and I'm using it on that. So two little pints covered all of this. I'm shocked. And normally I don't use latex, but since she gave it to me and it's free for me, I'm like, why not? And I do water it down a little bit so it's not so thick, which I think makes it, to put it on, it's a lot easier. It doesn't get so globby. Now, you might say, oh, you didn't sand all the side off. I did sand it so it was all smooth, but I just didn't get all the paint off because I'm painting over it. So here's the color that my stepdaughter chose, so I'm using it for my mom's bookcase. And then you'll see how it turned out. When you see it in real life, it kind of looks kind of greeny blue, so it's in the gray family. So I think it looks much better than how it used to look. Oh yeah, not looking good. Oh, so much better. All right, if you haven't subscribed, please help me out and do so. Okay, have a great day. Bye.